Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and this is the intraday talking about Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart, 15-minute chart as well, to see what happened, what it might happen for Bitcoin in the next hours. So starting with here where we have of course our impulse starting from here 1 2 3 4 and a 5, probably finished an impulse toward the upside. It could be a wave 1 in your white scenario, or it could be that we have topped for Bitcoin in a big wave 5 after the wave 3 here, the major wave 3 for ABC, for the wave 4 here, and then of course an impulse finishing this bull run in a wave 5 top. Now after this, of course, we saw a lot of choppiness and a lot of probably correction. Probably it can be as well an impulse, because this is an impulse here, a leg 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Well, it can be considered as a wave 1. So 1 and probably A, B, and a C, of course, for a wave 2 in your yellow scenario here. Also your yellow scenario, wave 1, 2, and then probably the last drop that we got again lately, probably it can be another 1, 2 in your magenta here. You're probably looking at a wave 1 and then a wave 2, and then, yeah, continuation toward the downside with a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. In a big bearish scenario, of course, here that we might have unfolding. Double 1, 2, because of course your wave 1 here is shorter than your wave 1 or the second wave 3 in case we are looking for a contracting diagonal. This wave 3 is longer than your wave 1, and it cannot be, of course, a contracting diagonal. The only case scenario that it can be is a double 1, 2, still, of course, might be unfolding. Now, this is our bearish, our ultimate bearish scenario, where we probably, of course, looking for lower prices. We are looking for a still open gap at the 77K, and we might close it with this big bearish scenario towards the downside, a massive wave 3 and double 4-5 in the bottom. Now, in case we are still bullish and we have finished probably a wave 5 here for the orange scenario, and we are looking still in triple 1-2s in the top, in the bottom of Bitcoin, and we're looking still for a wave 4 here. So it is possible that we are still in a massive move towards the upside, basically, if we are still having a wave 4 here. So the wave, because this is your third 1-2 in the bottom, can be, yeah, triggering still one more wave toward the upside and bringing us, of course, for a massive move as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, an impulse rather than contracting diagonal, which is coming next as a scenario. Now, your last scenario is, of course, that we might, that this wave 5 might top here, and we might, of course, in this case, look at this wave 5 finishing the bull run in this area. And that means, of course, after topping here for a wave 3 in the yellow scenario, probably you are looking, or topping here for the orange scenario, probably you are looking at an ABC, of course, for your wave 4, and final wave 5 here as contracting ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that because we have touched the 886 exactly here from this wave as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The 886 is a perfect fib level for a wave 2 in contracting diagonal and not in an impulse. Therefore, the possibilities for a high bullish scenario still, of course, a little bit less, a lower possibility than your ending contracting diagonal here, where we might, of course, finish this wave 5 for the short bull run, or I mean, it's a finish at the end, a bull run. The short is here, where we might, of course, finish this bull run with it. However, right now, currently, we are looking, of course, at some news. Effects, of course, we got some news today, but yeah, it gave us a little bit some red after it. And if we take a look closer here, what's going on the 1 hour chart, we are looking, as we said in the morning, to be careful with this because it looks like an impulse towards the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In case this is a wave 1, we want to seek for a wave 2, of course, in A, B, and a C. in between those fib levels. Now we saw a retracement from the 0.5 so far, which is also a good fib level for a wave 2. Basically, you would like to see, of course, in case you are bearish, you would like to see continuation toward the downside, 3, 4, and a 5. And at least taking the low here, probably, of course, in a wave 3 for lower prices. On the 15-minute chart, to get a little bit much more through inside this, of course, as you can see, an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this looks kind of like, yeah, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, probably a leading diagonal, and then A, B, and a C in a expanding flat. And yeah, you would like to see, of course, higher prices in case we are not bearish. And this has to turn to something probably A, B, and a C, because it is a very clear impulse here. It might turn into a very, very deep wave C toward the downside. And finishing, of course, this impulse, which we have started yesterday as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In case we are bearish and we continue toward the downside, this has definitely to transform into A, B, and a C, where your wave C is an impulse, of course, finished already in 3 waves toward the upside, zigzag, finishing a wave 2 in the magenta, of course, giving higher possibility for the scenario for bearish, and continuation as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So the price action right now will give us a decision exactly if we are moving for higher or for lower. To be watched, of course, are those targets between the 101K 500 and the 100,700. And of course, you don't want to reach the 886, which is, of course, start to reduce the possibility in case you are bearish and you want to move towards the downside. Reaching the 886, meaning, of course, continuation towards the upside to finish this wave 5 probably in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And in that case scenario, you will finish a full impulse. With this full impulse, we are looking, of course, for our much more possible scenario in bullish term, where you have an A, B, and a C. Yeah, so this is a contracting diagonal, of course, formation for your wave 3 in your contracting diagonal that we have explained, of course, that it might be unfolding since we have touched the 886 for a wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So in both case scenario, as you can see, we have lower prices. We got our lower prices for a wave 4 here. We would like to see now as well, yeah, continuation for higher and then lower again for this crossroad here, of course, and continuation toward the upside. Yeah, because in case we have a ABC, you would like to see 3 waves corrective, one more impulse to finish at the wave 3. Probable targets are given, of course, between the 109, 300 and the 107K 116. Those are the next target for a wave 3. Probability, of course, goes a little bit right now neutral, I would say, because, of course, we need a price decision. However, because of this impulse right now unfolding, it gives a little bit higher possibility after this impulse, and after this one, it gives higher possibility to the bearish scenario. So we have to be careful with it, guys. In the morning, I raised an alert about this, of course, and we see some weakness. Yeah, we're seeing some weakness unless, of course, this, as explained, it has to turn into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding flat here, and then continuation toward the upside. You want to pass those fib level very nicely toward the upside to be very, very bullish. Otherwise, inside this area, we are still calling a bearish scenario. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.